ॐ स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः।
Dear friends, welcome back to the study of the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, and we have completed the study of shloka number 11. Let us quickly have a bird's eye view of where are we, so that the continuity of the study continues without any break. The continuity of thinking or thought processes or ideas being developed by Sri Krishna in a sequential manner. Now listen, Sri Krishna says, I, taking my Maya Shakti under my own control, and I create myself over and over and over again to help my children. And in general, how does he help? By standing by the virtuous and destroying the evil, the vicious. I establish the rule of dharma in this world as and when is required. This is the purpose of his being, though he is Ajonitta Bhayopisan, though he is eternal, he is absolute, he is infinite, he is immutable. Even though he is so, he takes help of his own cosmic energy, his Maya Shakti, and he creates himself for this purpose. Why? It is he who has created this world as a divine play, but the purpose is he wants his children to go back to him. As and when he finds his children are going wayward, because the children get attracted and attached to these shining, lustrous things of the world, glittering things of the world, they go astray. So, to bring them back on track, as it were, I am born over and over again. This is what he has said. Then to conclude, he says, in the 9th shloka, that look, there's something special about this, which Sri Krishna wants that he should draw our attention to it. Apart from the responsibility to manage the world, keep the movement of the whole human society on track, but individually, we must be also told how to profit ourselves from this study. So Sri Krishna says himself that, look, please try to understand, for your own spiritual progress, your own spiritual benefit, try to understand, I am performing this divine play, Bhagavata Leela, for a particular purpose, apart from the universal purpose. Individualistically, you have something to do, the student of the Gita. Because we are students of the Gita, we are being exposed here. So for us, he says, look, individually speaking, you must try to understand this Janma, birth as a human being, karma and my whole behavior pattern throughout my life, they are divyam. The word divyam has two meanings applicable here. There may be many more meanings applicable according to the context. The two meanings applicable to this constant divyam is, one is alaukikam or prakritam. You will not find in any other ordinary human being a product of biological process. It is not available to you in this world. This is what I am. And divyam means alaukikam and dhyotanaman. What does it mean? It is effulgent. It is a splendor. It's a brightness of light where no darkness of understanding could ever exist. What does it mean in practical terms? In practical terms, it means he lives a life in this world. I live a life in this world. The world has its play, ups and downs, this and that. He is also a victim of that. I am also a victim of that. But if I study his life, with what attitude, in what manner he manages these problems, and what is my attitude and my manner, where instead of managing my problems, I am submerged in it. If we study each and every smallest detail of his life, we will be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Oh, this is how I have to behave in this world, so that I am not under the influence of Maya, Prakriti, Parama Prakriti, Adya Shakati, Ajnana Shakati. I am free from it. Though it is there, though it is trying to influence me, but with that ideal in my presence, with that example to be followed, I am Maya Mukta. Janma karma chame divyam. Yaha, a person, ebam beti. He knows it as it is in itself, without any adulteration, without any spice and salt of my egoistic analysis. As it is. What happens to him? Deham Tokta, when this body falls off, then he's not born again. He merges in me. That is the reward. The game has come to an end. I meet my Maker in heaven, the Father, my Master, and I enjoy eternal life in paradise. This is what he has said, and we have studied it, I don't know how many number of times, but I'll never miss an opportunity to din into your ears. This is the secret of this study. Informative, educative, instructive, descriptive. Now, I am studying, we are all studying, and we feel that somehow or other we are not up to the mark. Somehow or other we cannot reach that goal. So are we to be left behind? Are we to be left behind? No, it is not God's will that He talks tall, He sets a bar for us, and He knows we can't reach that, and He gets away with it. That is not God's intention. So the 10th shloka tells you that, look, the 10th shloka will tell you that what you should cultivate by a self-imposed, irrevocable, irretrievable discipline, by means of which you qualify to understand this divine play, this Bhagavad Leela in itself, and profit yourself from it. This is the essence of the 10th shloka which we have read. Vitaraga bhaya krodha. With your willpower, get rid of those 6 propensities which are almost a part and parcel of your character, your personality. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Madamatsarja. He only mentions 4. Raga, Dvesha, he didn't mean Dvesha, but Raga and Dvesha, they go together. Bhaya, fear, and Krodha, anger. Get rid of it. How do you get rid of it? You try to weed it out. But do not allow a vacuum to be brought in there. You weed it out, fill it up with the awareness of presence of God. Say, for instance, your personality is a pot. It is full of space, and all sorts of dirt and muck is there. And with your irretrievable, self-imposed discipline, you are weeding it out. As soon as you try to weed out, there's a vacuum being created. The space occupied by that propensity is now hollow. Don't allow it to be hollow, it will come back again. Fill up the space with awareness of presence of God. That is why it is said that get into the habit of constantly repeating and remembering the meaning of your mantra. That is how you do not allow any vacuum, any gap, any hollowness in your personality. It is being filled up with awareness of God, and that happens by surrendering yourself totally at God's mercy. Oh Lord, help me. Do kindly stand by me. Hold me by my arms by your amazing grace. This is the secret that Sri Krishna is sharing with those people who want to reach the goal. And then he says, as because it is a correction of your character, as because it is a correction of your personality, it doesn't happen like a magic. Remove a thing from here to there happens. But changing of your quality of your personality is time consuming. So be alert, be rational, based on robust common sense. You continue this effort, tapasya. What will be the end result? You will be one with me. Mat bhavam agata. The absolute spirit you merge in that spirit beyond that four concept of name, form, quality and utilitarian value. You have merged with that which is being symbolized by the symbol. Now, that is also a tall claim. Oh dear me, I don't think I'll be able to reach that goal. So you are being partial by saying you are available to everybody, but your bar is so high, all of us can't reach that. You are partial. But he is not. So he says the next 11th. We have studied that also. But there's no harm in repeating. He says, look Arjuna, don't be so quick-witted. Don't come to such a rapid conclusion. Allow me to explain my position. I've told you about how to look at this concept of incarnation of the divine. I've told you. I have told you how that concept can be totally absorbed, assimilated, and it transforms your personality. Give me time to explain. The next step is, Ye jatha mang prapadyante tang tathami aham bhajami. The first line of the 11th shloka. Whosoever and whosoever, in whatever attitude, whatever form, but they must be honest to their backbone. No hypocrisy permitted. Totally honest, totally sincere, totally dedicated, devoted, determined. 5 qualities. That is what prapadyante is. Total honesty, total devotion, total dedication, total sincerity, total determination. With that, whosoever, in whatever form, asks of me, I give it to them. Because my children should understand, I, in infinite form, in infinite manner, fulfill the infinite askings of my children. Oneness of the universe, oneness of the cosmos, and because we have a limited understanding, we create our gods and goddesses. And we ask of them a boon, a blessing, or a prize. Ye jatha bang prapadyante tam tatha eva aham bhajami. I bestow to them whatever and whatever they ask of me. Because they should know whatever their faith, whatever their religion, whatever their belief may be, they all come to me just like rain falls all over the world, the earth, but the rainwater ultimately reaches the ocean. Various corners of the world, but goes to the ocean. Similarly, all prayers, through whichever symbol it is prayed for, it comes to me, and I am the giver and fulfiller of those prayers. Good enough. Now, he says something else. That is today's study. Kanshanta karmanam siddhim jajante iha devata shipram hi manushe loke siddhir bhavati karmaya. This is something which is a prelude to a new concept that Sri Krishna will introduce in the next shloka, the concept of Chaturvarna, classification of humans according to their guna karma vibhagas. Let us see what is the prelude, the introduction. Kanshanta karmanam siddhi. Iha jajante iha devata. What is the paraphrase? The paraphrase is, here in this world, karmanam siddhi kanshanta. Jajanta. What does it mean? It means I pray to a particular aspect of the divine for a particular result. What does it mean? Sri Bhagavad, the Lord God of the universe, have his six excellent qualities. Shara Guna Sampanya, Shara Bhaga Sampanya Bhagavan. Bhaga is excellence. What are those excellences? Jnana, Aishwarya, Shakti, Bala, Birja, Teja. Jnana, Aishwarya, Shakti, Bala, Birja, Teja. Now, this Jnana is an aspect. Aishwarya is an aspect. Shakti, the cosmic power, is an aspect. Strength, valor, and splendor. Manifested valor. All these are God's qualities. And humans, because of their particular desire, as for instance, Jnana, that is God's quality, Bhaga. Not quality, that is his excellence, Jnana. Good enough. I know Goddess Saraswati is a manifestation of Jnana Rupa of Bhagavan. And we have idolized the form, absolute Snow White, with a veena in her hand, well dressed, and she is the epitome of all wisdom, worldly, spiritual, beyond that. And I want to be an excellent academician. That's my desire. So, I am told, if you pray to Goddess Saraswati, and if she is, because of your honesty, sincerity, devotion, dedication, and determination, no hypocrisy, no shallowness, from the depth of your heart, if you pray to her, she will bless you and your desire will be fulfilled. So, instead of going to the Lord God universe, who is a busy man, I go to this aspect. And I pray. And each God aspect of gods and goddess has a particular ritualistic approach. So I follow all that. Heart of heart, I don't want God. I want academic excellence. Though it is an aspect of the divine quality, but I do not want moksha or mukti. I do not want to merge with God. I want to be an excellent academician, and that is why I worship to this aspect of the divine known as Saraswati. I want wealth, power, pelf, recognition, reputation, all that goes to be successful in this worldly life. I have Mother, Goddess Lakshmi of various aspects, Bhagya Lakshmi, Jasha Lakshmi, Vijaya Lakshmi, Shubha Lakshmi, various aspects. And each aspect has a type of worshipping. But you have to be born honest and sincere. She, though an aspect of the Supreme Divine, she has the capacity to fulfill your desire. And your desire is appertinent to the world, nothing to do with being one with God. It is sakama, it is not niskama. Sri Krishna says here, there are people in this world, they want success. Success means achievement of their desires appertinent to this world, not oneness with the divine, not nishkama karma to be one with God, but shakama karma to enjoy the fruits of my hard work. In this world, Manushya Loke, Kangshanta, with full of desire, Iha Devata Jajanti. They worship such different forms of gods and goddesses. There are innumerable. That is why, dear, I will move a little, divert a little from the subject matter to clear up one of the misconceptions prevalent in the Western world, and as because our country is also exposed to Western ideas, we say Indians are superstitious, idolatrous, they have infinite number of gods and goddesses. It is absolutely superstitious. From your limited point of view, yes, it is superstitious. But you better come over on this side of the fence and look at it from the point of view of this side of the fence. What does it say? Look at the whole world. More than quadrillion people. None of them are identical, much less in their thinking process. Each lives in a world of his own. He creates his own goal, he creates his own desires, he creates his own God, who, when satisfied, will fulfill his desires. As many humans, so many gods. But that God is nothing else but a reflection of Shadaguna Sampanna Sri Bhagavad. Jnana Aishwarya Shakti Bala Birja Teja. What's wrong about it? I live in my world. I am not bothered to be one with God. I am interested in achievement of things of the world. And I find out which aspect of the divine will fulfill my desire. And I pray to him, and he, through that medium, sends it over to you. You are not aware where it comes from. You think that the medium, the representative, all in all to you. You have created your own God. What is the superstition about it? It is based on robust common sense and logic and explanation to worldly desires of worldly people, infinite in number. Coming back to the subject, Kangshantah karmaram siddhi jajante iha devata. And what is the end result? Shipram hi siddhim bhavati manushe loke karmaja. Karmaja siddhim shighram bhavati iha manushe loke. In this life of ours, as it is between my birth and my death, this is human life. In this human life, your achievement of the results of your hard work is proportionate to the intensity of your urge, and you get it here and now. This is how Sri Krishna concludes this section. First saying, what is the ideal to be one with him? Second best is, please pray to God, at least know that the divine is, in whichever manner you are goaded by your desire. Want to be an academician? This aspect of God is there. When to be rich and wealthy and reputed? This is one. Want victory, no failure? This is it. Strength and valor? Kartikeya, Murugan. Wisdom, Ganesha. All these are aspects of the divine to fulfill your desire. Thereby, awareness of the Supreme Being is kept alert in your mind. But as because you don't want to be one with the Supreme Being, you are happy with lesser gods. Why this diversion, dear? Having studied this 12th shloka, Kangshanta karmaram siddhi jajanta yadav devata shipram hi manushe loke siddhir bhavati karmaja. So these three shlokas, 10, 11 and 12, is related to shloka number 9. Now the question arises, why this diversity, dear? Why this diversity? Why this bahutta? Bahu means endless diversity. Why? Sri Krishna replies to that, Chaturvarnam maya srishtam gunakarma vibhagasah tasya kartaropi mam viddhi akartaram abhyayam ajopi sanadhyatma bhutanam ishwarapi san Prakritim Swavavishtaya Sambhavami Yuge Yuge. That is how he has said that Nirgun Nirakara Brahma, how by his own will becomes Sagura Sakara Brahma, Ishvara, Parameshvara. Why? Because we have to be satisfied from the level of our understanding. This whole wide world is full of endless diversity. How the hell can I think of unity behind the diversity? How can I? Sri Krishna says, this diversity that you feel, I have created that diversity for you. And that diversity is based on your personality. Each one of us are born with our personality, which is a product of our past karma. Some of us are born introvert. Some of us are born extrovert. In some of us, we are absolutely indolent, lazy loon. However you may prod him, you can't energize him. We see such people amongst us. He says the diversity is the salt of play. That is why I have created this diversity, and that diversity is defined by guna, the qualities of your personality, and because of that quality of yours, what type of activity is favorable by you, chosen by you. And that is how I have created the four classes: Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra. This is how the caste system had prevailed in India. In our next talk, I will concentrate on this shloka. Shloka number 13, where we will discuss, based on robust common sense, what is this caste system all about? Why it was created? How it was beneficial to the society? And according to Swami Vivekananda's statement, all the institutions, organizations, concepts that human society has created for itself, for its own excellence, is as good and as bad as we humans make out of it. So the caste system of Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra were created by God Himself. Maya Srishtam, He says. Chaturvarnam Maya Srishtam. I have created it. Did you do it whimsically? Did you do it heretically? Heaven, no. I did it on the basis of guna and karma that I find in my created children. And what was that? Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra. Though I am the creator of all this, but know for certain, my true original nature is Ajopi Nityasan. I am Akartaram, I am Abhayam. I have created this. And because of your faults and follies, you abuse these systems and you blame me. No, I am not to be blamed. It is as good as bad as we humans are made out of it. Anyway, dear, this concept of caste system, which is treated as a slur on Hindu way of life, and it has been abused, misused, and abused to its utmost extent. But there was an age when a Shudra, by his quality of life, he was upgraded into a Brahmana directly, jumping over Vaishya and Kshatriya. And a Brahmana went down into a Rakshasa or Tamaguni, though he was Shiva Bhakta Ravana. As good or as bad we humans make out of it. So, dear, this is a subject where I would like to pay some attention, to try my very best to clarify with what ideology, with what excellent concept this hereditary system, a Brahmana's son will be a Brahmana, a Kshatriya's son will be a Kshatriya, a Vaishya's son will be a Vaishya, a Shudra's son will be a Shudra. At the same time, if one qualifies, the society will upgrade him. And if one disqualifies, the society will degrade him. It was all built up in that system, and we humans made the worst use of it during the course of time. The concept of privilege came into our thinking, and that concept of privilege racked ruin all over. Anyway, dears, this is a very, very, I would say, controversial subject, and if I have an occasion, I will try my very best to explain to you what is the excellence about it and how we humans have degraded it. Whereas God says, Chatur Varna Maya Srishtam Guna Karma Vibhagasa. Tasya Kartarmapi Mam Vidhi. Although Akartaram Abhyayam. I am Akartaram, I am Abhyayam. Though it appears I have created it. But the abuse and misuse of that excellent concept is because we humans make as good as bad of a concept. Thank you, dears. Thank you ever so much. We will carry on this subject during our next Sunday class. Thank you. May God bless us all.
Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ram